In the second semester of our senior year in college, my friend David and I set up an informal competition. Who will be the first to get a plum overseas job? Send letters of applications to dozens of countries. We want the world. All we get is rejection. The world doesn't want us. Only one organization responds to my earnest queries. It's called OMS International. It's looking for an announcer for a radio station in Kenya. What's not to like? And I look at the acceptance letter a little more carefully. Dear John, in response to your letter to our Manchester, England office, we are sending you information about our radio announcer position. It is so exciting to encounter someone who is interested in spreading the gospel to a lost world. Second thought, not such a good job for an atheist Jew. My friend David has no better success. He pins his hopes on a teaching job in Alexandria, Egypt. But they never respond. So he has to settle for a mundane office job in Philadelphia. Nearly 1 year later, the U.S. Postal Service returns his original letter addressed to the Alexandrian school, and it's covered in postmarks. He'd forgotten to put Egypt in the address line, so the letter had gone to every Alexandria in the United States. He promptly puts the letter in a fresh envelope, writes Egypt in thick black letters on the front, and sends it off. In short order, he gets the job. He moves to Egypt. He meets his fiancée, and he embarks on a colorful life overseas. He's the winner of a triple crown: a job, a girl, and adventure. Me? I keep sending out letters with airmail stamps like messages in a bottle from my desert island of New Jersey. Finally, I do something I vow never to do. I rely on a family contact. My father, a psychologist, participated in a conference in Poland in the late 1970s. He brought his family. As a teenager, I was thrilled to go overseas, but I wanted to go to a cool country. I wanted to go to France and eat croissants and practice my middle school French, and instead I have to spend 3 weeks in Poland in mute protest at the incomprehensible language, the dull food, and the complete and utter lack of French people. For 10 years, my father keeps in touch with his counterpart in Warsaw. I grit my teeth. I write the man a letter. He writes back. I might possibly be able to help out with the English language resources at the psychology department in the Polish Academy of Science. To work out the details takes 3 years. In the meantime, I dabble in freelance journalism. I take an arms control fellowship in Washington. I accept a commission to write a report on Soviet foreign policy, but I am so desperate to go overseas that when the final confirmation letter from Poland arrives, I don't think twice about arriving in the middle of a Warsaw winter. In my pocket is a coded list of solidarity contacts with their phone numbers. Who knows? A Polish thaw, a Warsaw Spring might be just around the corner. 2 weeks after I arrive in Warsaw, the Polish government announces that it will begin negotiations with the previously outlawed Solidarity trade union movement. I recognize the government's principal negotiator on political issues. It's my sponsor in the psychology department. It's the dead of winter in Warsaw, but the thaw is already underway. The drama of Poland 1989 is about to begin, the first act of what will be a magical year that culminates with the fall of the Berlin Wall. I don't just have a front row seat. I have a backstage pass.